this
Michal?
week. Hello, it's first time I'm using Zoom and I am a little overwhelmed, but I think, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and it looks lovely where you have the piano behind you. Oh, I'm glad. Welcome to Zoom.
I didn't have to use it the whole quarantine. Everybody else probably is constantly on it, and in my work, I didn't have to use it a single time. So,
I see. Okay, then I'm very happy that that I can be the first person to talk to you on Zoom.
It is my first Zoom.
But tell me about this concert, because I saw on Facebook your lovely picture and you talking about a concert. So tell me about this concert.
This is next week on Tuesday evening in Konzerthaus in Vienna, and that's a program that we have postponed 4 times already.
Oh my goodness!
So this program and this concert was originally scheduled last year, I believe in June. Then we have rescheduled it because we were sure that winter would be better. I mean, after the summer, maybe something will open. And the next date was December 2020. Then we have rescheduled it again for May, but May was also not possible. And the 4th date, and this one will happen now, is the 22nd of June. Yes, crazy. And I'm very happy that the orchestra just didn't give up. You know, they were simply postponing and waiting for the lockdown to end.
Yeah, I think that I hear from everybody is this thing where it's this excitement that things are getting, you know, previously it was this excitement, okay, now we're going to have the concert, and then just before the concert it gets cancelled again, and then it's again a new date, and then it gets cancelled. So I think it's this almost as if everybody had or developed this kind of, we're not going to be too happy unless we see it's going to happen.
I think I developed that as well, because at the beginning I got to get very upset about each concert that was canceled, and I thought, okay, if I get upset about everyone, this is not the way to go. You know, I will probably just get in a very bad mind state if I just get upset week after week about everything. So probably I also have developed some kind of a different mindset, you know, where I'm very careful about being excited about anything. That's my mindset, you know.
Yeah, but I think we should now start celebrating everything that happens, you know, because I think it will be a great time to think this concert that you've waited so long for, you know, would actually happen, and that should be celebrated.
You know what? With this new mindset that I have developed in the lockdown, I'll just be happy and celebrate it after the concert.
Oh, okay.
Not even on the day of the concert. You know, there's something that has changed right now, and before I would have projects that were still in the planning, and sometimes something was going not the way it's supposed to. I would still be excited about them. I would still believe in them. Right now, I only get very excited when I'm going on stage already, because it means, okay, this is happening.
Yeah. And tell me about this orchestra that will be playing.
This is something very special to Vienna. There exists a kind of like a hobby amateur level of symphony orchestras in Vienna. It's not only one, there is few of them. And these are musicians who has studied an instrument who play the instrument on a very high level, but chose a different career path afterwards and just wanted to still keep playing. So they form orchestras, and these are sometimes huge. We are just playing chamber music concert. I mean chamber orchestra concert next week, but in winter we'll play a Mahler symphony with them. So they can be. That could be a huge orchestra. There's a lot of people like this in Vienna, and they enjoy meeting one time a week, like it was a yoga class, or
Really?
something like this, So maybe like you go swimming once a week, some kind of hobby. But then towards the concert, this mood changes a little bit, and we all feel that okay, this is getting closer, and the excitement show up, and yes, then it changes for a short time, it's like a professional orchestra almost.
Oh, yeah.
But we have maybe few more rehearsals than a professional orchestra would usually have, and as I said, we practice once a week, and so a preparation of one concert takes around 2 months.
Oh, okay.
8 weeks, more or less.
And where do you normally have your concerts? Or do you plan these concerts for them, for the orchestra?
No. So they are very well organized. This orchestra is called Wiener Philharmonie, and they are, I believe, more than 30 years old right now. So they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do that already for more than 30 years, and they have their own management, and this management is planning ahead. They plan which conductors they will invite. They plan which soloists they will invite, which hall they will rent, because basically the orchestra is also doing the whole organization of the concert. So they rent the hall, they run the advertising, and everything that is connected with, managing an event. And they do it very well. They have their own public, more or less. There is people that follow their concerts already for years. They come and they celebrate with them. So it's a beautiful tradition that only probably exists could only exist in a big city with rich classical music scene, and a lot of people who are interested in classical music and play instruments.
But that's very interesting, and I would not think that it was possible, but to have a different career and do this on that level, on this professional level.
Yes. Yeah, this is something very special, and these people are actually technically very good. These musicians are. Some of them have Master of Arts, and but the life went some other way at some point, and they are now doctors. They are now working in banks, in some of them even in the government, and they enjoy this. They don't want to lose the contact with the instrument. They want to have regularly play together, and that's how it exists.
But that's really wonderful that exists. And you say there are 2 such orchestras here in Vienna.
I said there is many.
There are many.
I don't know the exact number, but I would say there is at least 5 of them.
Really?
Yes. There are then also orchestras that are specifically made of, for example, only medical doctors. There is an orchestra where only medical doctors are playing, and also as a hobby, or different types of them. But the people that play there, the musicians, they are of all age. There is also a few musicians that are retired professional orchestra musicians that also want to continue playing, and they come from the Viennese professional orchestras.
Oh, I see.
And that's what they do also for in their retirement for fun, basically.
And so have you been, will this be your first concert back on stage, or well, in the pit?
I don't know how to classify the concert that I had in lockdown, because we've had a concert recently that was only online, you know, that was without the public. So I was on stage with my other orchestra, and we were playing the whole concert. But if the question was if it's my first concert after lockdown, then yes, that's my first.
Oh, okay, with the audience.
With the audience, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Are you also, or did you also have the same feeling with the fact that the audience wasn't there when you did this, the other concert in lockdown, that you could feel it, that you could sense that the audience, or are you used to doing such performances?
It is different. Yes, I am sure that it feels a little bit different because the audience creates something special in the room, you know, in the concert hall. The audience makes the air feel different. There is something about this. And otherwise, no matter how hard you try to recreate this atmosphere, you're still left with the feeling of a rehearsal a little bit, because the room is empty. And even though all the musicians and the conductor all know this is right now going live through a camera, still the room feels different. So I was missing this atmosphere a little bit. Nevertheless, I'm very thankful that we had this opportunity, and it was more people watching it online that could fit in this hall, which is quite an achievement too. Because that means that people really missed that as well, the audience, and that they wanted to have this contact. I believe that also from that side, from audience kind of side, is also not the same thing, right? It's you hear it through a speaker, so it's a different atmosphere than in the room where there's live music. But surely people were missing it and were seeking these broadcasts.
Well, I've spoken to many artists who talk about this fact that that these online concerts, even though you didn't have the audience and this contact and this energy, but that it did reach people who would not necessarily have come to the theater, or who was, say, in a different country, and who could now tune in to hear, say, for instance, your orchestra, which they couldn't have done otherwise. So there is still a bit of a positive about that, but even though it would not ever replace the live concerts. But do you think this type of thing would maybe reach people who would now start being interested in trying to come in and experience this live, who might not necessarily have come to watch an orchestra play live?
I think it's definitely easier for these people to stumble upon a concert online, you know, than maybe to make a decision to buy a ticket and go to a live music concert. And then they might watch or listen 5 minutes and decide, okay, I like it. Maybe it's time. Maybe I should consider going to a live concert. That's definitely easier. And I think maybe we have reached people that we wouldn't reach otherwise. That's true.
Yeah.
And especially people that are maybe more connected, maybe the young group that actually, I believe, are spending more time on the social media. Our concert was broadcasted through social media. So
Mm.
maybe they were just, at the time of the concert, scrolling through their Facebook, and then this showed
Yeah.
up, and then they stayed. Who knows? We
Mm.
only see the numbers. We don't know who these people in the audience were. You can probably also see what country, which is also a very interesting thing. Our concert could be watched worldwide, even though it was otherwise would be a local thing in the Lower Austria.
Mm.
And my parents that live in Poland were able to see that live, and many other people that would otherwise not be able to come. They could watch it live, which is definitely a great thing about online concerts.
Mm. Yeah.
It's the question only if the emotion is the same that you feel through the speaker.
Mm. Yeah, but I do think it's well, I always say it's like planting seeds, you know. It's, if you see something and it made an impression, or you know, maybe it will make you then inquisitive to go, or just somewhere in your brain, on your subconscious, when you see a sign with a orchestra advertising or something, that it would, you know, that it would inspire those people to think, hey, I want to see something like that live because I quite enjoyed it online.
Definitely, I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah. This is what I like about the students who sometimes play outside in the streets and or in the parks, because I do think that reaches also a younger audience, because the energy that they have outside, or informal, you know, in jeans and t-shirts and so on, and people walking past, and that it's quite a different spirit. But I think younger people and young children get inquisitive by seeing the instruments, you know, and that might be also a way of, in the long run, you know, maybe attracting them to classical music.
Yes, I think so. It's also a thing that I've met in the park, and it's very interesting. It's definitely worth promoting like this, you know, like doing more of that, going out with classical music and showing it to broader audience, because I believe these works that we are playing, they are mostly masterpieces. These are pieces of art created by genius composers. You can say that about a bunch of them, and this will never get old. You know, I don't think that there is anything that could take this impression away from people. So the only question is, how do you reach them? How do you show them this masterpiece? Because they will definitely get inspired. They will definitely get amazed by many of those works, and maybe that's the way. You know, just the street, the park. That's where you can reach. And now also social media, online.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. It has definitely its positives, and I'm also always in this past time been talking to artists about the fact that the concert houses, you know, it's not really accessible to everybody. There are some people who financially just cannot spend that money, and
Sure.
but you know, and so maybe it's families where it's not possible, or maybe it's families that cannot afford their children to play instruments, but that there's still this somehow a way to connect with these children, or to connect with these people who otherwise would not have had this exposure to the arts. And maybe this whole pandemic has you know, if we can say there was a positive side to all this online streaming, and even though a lot of people felt it was for free and it, you know, they felt it was a bit exploiting, but on the other hand, I think in the long run, if we think of it in the next few years, if somebody could have been inspired to go to a concert, then it was worth, you know, putting it out there online. Yeah,
definitely. I can only speak from the point of view of a performer. So even though I guess the cost of this was mainly felt by the organizers and people who find the sponsors and find other ways of financing these online transmissions without selling tickets sometimes. So that would be probably the people that we would have to speak about this effect from the lockdown. For me, I was happy to perform. Also, if it's just online, it's you know, it was more than a year, and you could really felt in that lockdown that this has a huge impact on an artist, you know, at a time like this, because suddenly the whole world focuses on something, and there is a lot of this unconscious maybe message that artists and other branches too, but I'll just speak from artists, that you feel like I'm not really relevant right now, right? There are these jobs that are relevant, that are important, but we are right now in some very extraordinary state, and suddenly everything I was learning, everything I was studying and practicing is irrelevant, you know? So it's good that these concerts were there and we had something to look forward to.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I hear this a lot also from all the interviews that I do, is, you know, this feeling of the arts not being valued or artists not being valued. And yeah, it's definitely been felt by everybody. And I think it's this, yeah, it's also this idea, or this I think this what you do is very much giving, you know, it's like the art, and it's a calling, and it's about the giving and the performance and having the audience there and this connection to the audience. So that was, you know, it was a difficult thing to understand, I think, for artists, that part could not be done anymore.
Yeah
Exactly.
So it's great that we are coming back right now, and it's great to see that the audience is still there. They want to come to the concert. I know myself many people that go regularly to concerts, and right now they are very happy. I see them going to the opera performances, to concerts, and then writing about this on social media and being very happy that it's all back. And so I have a feeling that everything comes back to normal, and I hope it will be like this soon. It's still not completely like it was before. The concert halls can only be sold. There is only some part of the seats that can be sold, and yeah, I hope soon it will be 100% again, and this atmosphere will come back.
Well, I think it's a double appreciation, because it's sort of the audience. We missed the concerts, and the artists missed the audience. So it was basically from both sides, I think, this feeling. And then now I also hear how tickets are just sold out so instantly, you know, when it's available, then because there's also not many seats available. So
Yes.
the tickets are sold out so quickly. Yeah.
You know, some musicians do concerts twice on the same evening, and so that in the sum there is the same amount of audience in the that day. Although it must be really tiring, I guess, to you know, give everything 2 times a day. But
yeah,
yes, that's what I do. Our concerts is 1 time only, but
okay,
yes.
That's amazing. So what is next for you in the summer? Do you have projects, concerts in the summer?
In the summer, I will work on operas that are being prepared already for the next season. So starting at the end of July, I start rehearsals for some productions here in Vienna.
Yeah.
And in winter, I come back again to this to Wiener Philharmonie, Wiener Akademische Philharmonie, and we will prepare the Mahler Symphony that I told you about already.
Oh, okay. Oh, but that's wonderful. But hopefully by then in the winter there will be more people allowed in the theaters, in the concert
Really
halls.
hope so, yes, we really hope so. But so far we're very happy about next Tuesday, the 22nd of June, in Wiener Konzerthaus. There will be a really nice program with Lutosławski, Mała Suite. That's a little piece from Lutosławski that I kind of brought with myself from Poland. The orchestra really explicitly asked me to play something Polish in that concert, and I'm proud that Lutosławski had such a great work to offer. Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto with Katrina Lee, that you probably know as well. We actually had the first rehearsal yesterday with her. It was lovely. And at the end, we played a Mozart Jupiter Symphony, which is a great program, I guess, for this beautiful concert hall.
So that's wonderful. But so I will see to it that I post this before the weekend, then that it's online. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you so much. And I still have a wonderful memory of you in your frock in the window for moments in lockdown. And you cannot believe how many times I told people about you and your frock, because sometimes people would write to me and ask, what should I wear? And then I said, well, there was a conductor in his frock and there were another couple in their pajamas. So I had the two extremes. So have a lovely afternoon. Okay, it was nice to talk to you again. Bye.
Bye.